Hey, uh, this is Prometheus, and this will be Immortal Juggernaut show with my character Prometheus again. This time I'm doing tanking, which I'm pretty geared in for PvP at least, and doing it for some guildies as well as those people as out there that don't understand it very well. So simple enough. Um, Stats wise, shield rating and defense rating tend to be advantage, but juggernauts naturally have high defense rating as it is. So augment wise, I'd say I got advice from another person that shield absorption of any kind and endurance, so that when you take in the when it transfers the damage over to you, you'll have more health to take it in. Um, Comment in the video if you feel differently about it though. This time though, compared to my last video, I already have my setup pre-configured for you, so you don't have to go through that. If you want to see a setup to do, just look back at my old video, and it will provide a guide on interface. Now, as you can see, I also added for the DPS to update on last video. I used another action bar to include Force Scream and Force Push right next to my primary moves. I can't believe I forgot Force Scream. That was kind of surprising. But anywho, uh, so basically, I always start off the fight. In PvP, normally I do it like that. Normally, I start off by trying to immobilize the target as much as I can. So, saber throw. Then I force charge in. Now, from here it's important. I have a set bonus which I try to build up as much damage reduction as possible. So, even the little things, they add up for you. Um, I try to do backhand a lot to keep people stunned. It hits pretty hard, actually. And then after that, I do Ravage. I tend to be in the thick of things, so I pop Smash all the time. It gives them a debuff and lowers their accuracy. Crushing Blow hits extremely hard, so I pop it quite often, and with Force Choke. The key to tanking in PvP, at least, is to keep your enemies still, stunned, and protecting the healer. That is important. And shield rating on your gear will affect how much damage you take and absorb for your healer. The higher your shield rating, the more your healer can take. So there are tanks out there that can take in a lot of damage. Now, let's start this off. Saber throw, force charge, Aegis assault, crushing blow, backhand to stun your enemy, and I have it in my utility points that Ravage keeps the enemy still. Smash, force choke, force scream, and so on. Of course, when you're taking in a lot of threats, in PvP at least, I always, some people don't like this. I do. I try to reduce damage to my group as much as possible. So I stand in the thick of things and surrounded by enemies. Let's say, for here example, I pop Threatening Scream. That reduces all damage to my allies nearby, and by 30%. Due to the people marked, not to the people unmarked. It can be useful, and it also provides a shield, kind of a sonic barrier, to absorb some of the damage, as set in my utility points. Some people don't have it, but that's up to you. The important thing also, when you get in there, and you want to keep them still, you don't want to move them towards the healer. If they start doing that, of course, like before, Intimidating Roar comes in handy. Use it often, and Chilling Scream will definitely help as well. Force Scream when they're at range. Smash to reduce their armor. Force Choke to keep them still. And so on. you want to knock him around. So let's say, for example, this dummy here decides he wants to jump on my healer. Immediately force charge in or intercede to the healer, preferably intercede to reduce damage due to the high amount of reduced damage taken benefits for the healer. And then as soon as you jump in, force push him off, and that will reset the cooldown on force charge. Keep him away from the healer as much as possible, then pop backhand, and so on. The more you make it so that they want to focus on you, the better. Because tanks, as you know, can take more damage than anyone, especially juggernauts lately. And that's pretty much it. Make sure you have your defenses active. Activate them only in situations where you're targeted by multiples. So, things like Invincible, Saber Reflect, Saber Ward, and in range defense come in handy quite often. And that's pretty much it. It's not too hard of a spec. Just remember your job in PvP is to protect the healer. PvE is not so difficult. Crushing Blow is used often as well. I am quite different from other tanks because I have a personal use of Crushing Blow. Some people feel it's more PvE, but I feel it does the most damage out of your moves. At least for me, at least. I can take out some tanks even with Crushing Blow. You find out what you like. Just remember that guard is extremely important. Threatening Scream, intimidating Roar comes in handy, and so forth. Besides that, not a very complicated setup if you figure it out. Just remember, find all possible damage reductions and keep them up as much as you can. The more damage reductions you have on yourself, the better you will survive in all fights. And this is Prometheus for Immortal Juggernaut instructional video.